Hey guys, join. Jamming out. I got made fun of the last time I did a jam out session. I mean, not really, but whatever. Can you hear the music in the background? Good topic today. Who's here? Join. Hi guys. We got a big topic today. Can you hear it? It's a good song. So, join. I'm gonna turn it down a little. Okay. All right. So, hi guys. All right. So, today's video is about FWBs, and if you don't know what that is, look in the header of this video. It's a tough topic, and so one of our tribe members, reached out and asked about if we would do this video, because there seems to be some, crossing of signals and messiness, and what do I think about it? And what do I think about friends with benefits? What do I think about getting yourself into one of these situations, and ultimately what to do when you're in one? So let me preface first by saying, I think friends with benefits is a very difficult, very complicated thing to get yourself into, okay? It may seem like you're making it simple, and like it's not going to be complicated, but ultimately in the end, it's the most complicated thing that's out there. It's probably one of the most complicated things that you could possibly get yourself into. And a lot of times we find ourselves into these situations because, these glasses are funny. So we find ourselves in these situations because we start talking to somebody and it's super cash, and you really like this person, so you don't set up any kind of boundaries in the beginning, and a lot of times you find yourself settling just to be close to that person. So you don't put any labels on it, and that's where things later get super cockeyed and messy. So I wrote an ebook, and if you're interested in it, shoot me a direct message in this, and I'll shoot you the link to it, because it's the difference between situationships and relationships. So let's get through them, and I'll give you some hints and some tips when it comes to if you're getting into this friends with benefits, and then ultimately how to get yourself out of it. So, okay. Friends with benefits. If you don't know the title and what the hell that it means, this is a simple version of it. It means that you're friends, okay? And it means that you have the added extra perks of intimacy, physical touch, things of that nature, but you're not in a relationship and you're not exclusive. So all that you do is you hang out with each other and you see each other, and it's strictly for physical pleasure, and that's it. Okay. So here is the biggest thing, and these are the reasons why most friends with benefits situations never work. Okay, here it is right here. Because most people are not upfront in the beginning. Okay, so what does this mean for you? If you want to enter into a friends with benefits situation, okay, and you are not interested in any kind of relationship perks, nothing that comes with a relationship, then you have to, big key, boop, 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 be 100% upfront and 100% honest. What does it look like? That looks like, hey, we're kicking it, everything's cool, I like you, you like me, usually you guys are both lonely at the same time, so it's kind of a casual conversation, like, hey, you know what, what do you think about us doing that, but we're not in a relationship? As long as both people are completely upfront, and they say, yeah, cool, I'm totally fine with the fact that, this is not going to be a relationship, we're not going to do relationship things, we're still friends, but we're going to have the benefits of that. As long as both of you are very upfront, very honest from the beginning, you may have a chance. If that conversation did not happen in the beginning, one of you, I bet you, any amount of money is going to develop feelings, and that's where things get super, 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 super messy. So you want to avoid confrontation at the end by having the conversation in the beginning. So what does that look like? Hey, you know what? Let's just keep it simple. You usually do it at night. It's usually when it happens, after you both get out of work, and that's it, okay? If that conversation happened first, and you guys are both like, hey, no, that's cool, we're not going to develop feelings, it's never going to be more than what this is, you may have a chance. Here's the thing. Second commandment of all of this is you can't read too much into it. And what does that mean? One of you may develop feelings, okay? I think there's a study out there that shows something like only 10% of friends with benefits actually develop into relationships, so Keep that in mind. You cannot read more into text messages. You can't read into, and here's the thing, big thing, okay, guys, I know this. You're gonna wanna send a good morning text, okay? Friends with benefits is exactly what that is. It's a friends with benefits situation. There's no good morning, beautiful. There's no how was your day. There's no mixing certain things that may lead you into a path where it could be interpreted as more, okay? You are a friend. But there's a very thin line, and a very, very thin line on what that looks like. You still have to be a friend. Because if you're not a friend, then you're just that's all you're used for, okay? Friends with benefits still means that you still maintain that friendship. Hey, Trevor. Hi, Bob. Sorry, I'm not doing this again. Hi, Susan. Hi. Okay. So you can't read more into certain things, okay? Because feelings will develop. You are a friend, you're a pal, you were a pal through this entire time. And here's the other thing. If you're gonna get into an FWB situation, always tell yourself ahead of time that there may be a chance that this goes south, and are you prepared before you enter this relationship into losing a friend first and foremost? And if the answer is no, then again, communication, and have that expectation with yourself that, hey, I'm okay with losing them. If I'm not okay with losing them, I'm not gonna muddy the waters. You need to be secure if you get into a friends with benefits. It isn't Wednesday. I know, Trevor. I'm mixing it up. I'm trying to see which days people like more. So thank you for calling that out. You gotta send a message saying, hey, where are you on Wednesday? No, sorry. Okay, so you need to be, hello, computer, for waking up. Again, so you need to be secure. The biggest thing in all of this is that you need to be secure that, listen, friends with benefits doesn't mean it's not exclusive. They're probably going out there and dating, okay? Hi, Andrew, thanks for watching. You have to be secure in the fact that they may go out and they may date another person. This is all that you are. So here's the other thing about lines not crossing. If you're in a friends with benefits situation, do not talk about your escapades with other people. You run the risk of hurting not only what was a friend, and ruining your situation, but it's kind of cruel, okay? So you need to be secure. You need to, and this is what I tell people all the time, do not go on, oh, you have messaged me. Sorry, don't be mad at me. I'll get to him, I promise. I always tell people, if you're in a friends with benefits situation, don't lurk. Don't do the whole social media thing. It's best if you don't. Okay, and here's the other thing. Do not post things on Facebook about your romps and everything that you did, or allude, or do anything like that. That's all messy. Don't do anything messy, okay? Here's the other thing. Guys, this is huge, and this is where guys usually tend to muddy the waters. Friends with benefits is not a relationship. So this means we're not bringing them by our friends, by our family. We're not going to weddings with them. Those are situational things that lead to people thinking, especially as chicks, that we're more than just a friends with benefits situation. So you can't muddy the waters. Remember, this is straight platonic. You go over there, you hit it, you quit it, you're friends, and you leave. Even the whole like exchange at the end of it, which is there's no like long kiss, there's no like I'll talk to you later. It's kind of awkward, but you need to make sure there's no emotional connection at the goodbyes. There's no lingering, there's no nothing, okay? Because for girls, we develop a lot of feelings towards it. And so guys, you gotta be constant with the reminders that, listen, I want nothing more. But keep in mind, if she develops feelings later on, which you have to be as a guy completely prepared for, because to us, intimacy means way more on a lot of different levels, okay? So constant communication. Okay, do not be doing the relationship stuff. Do not be taking us to the movies. Do not be taking us out to breakfast. This is things in which that's a relationship. That's not a friends with benefits situation. When you start crossing those lines is when girls tend to see, okay, well, you know what? Are we in a relationship? We're doing things together. I'm hanging out with your friends and family. You're calling me throughout the day, telling me how your work situation was. Those are all sweet, and those are kind of, and I know sometimes guys get into the feelings where you don't want to make her feel like a piece of meat. You don't want to make her feel like an object, okay? But understand when you start crossing those lines, it's confusing to us. So what happens if you cross those lines? What happens if, good morning, beautiful, hey, honey, how was your day? Hey, am I going to see you later? Hey, you want to go to the movies? This new movie came out. You know, what happens when you guys get into those situations? One of you has to sit up and say, okay, I got to be the bigger person, okay? And what does that look like? Hey, you know what? I know we've established this from the beginning that this is all that this was going to be, but we're doing kind of things that are leading us down more relationship type things. You know, it's not just a after 6 o'clock, after 8 o'clock, and then leave at midnight. Okay, this is I'm staying the night, I'm waking up, we're going to breakfast in the morning, we're running to Home Depot together. Like those things, okay, require you to have conversations. And you have to be very honest, and you have to be very diplomatic on this, because feelings, you don't want to lose the relationship is what I'm assuming in all of this. So, hey, listen, I love hanging out with you. I love doing all of these things, and I don't want to negate that, okay? I want to spend as much time with you as possible because we are friends. However, we need to have a conversation again. And listen, I can't keep doing this stuff with you because I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. So I think I'm either going to need to back up and give you the space that you need to be able to go to Home Depot and to go do these things and go out to breakfast, or we need to reevaluate what we're doing here. And I don't want to get hurt. And that's usually what the girls need to say is, I don't want to get hurt. I love you as a friend. I love what we've got going on, and I don't want to ruin it. However, we're doing things that are leading me to think that maybe there's a chance that we could do more. And if he says, listen, this is all that it is, this is all that it will ever be, we've always had this conversation, he's being completely upfront and honest with you, and you need to make the determination. And if you run, or if you stay, and if you stay and you develop the feelings and you continue to put yourself through it, then you've accepted risk and liability to all of this. And you know, that's the toughest part, is breaking away when feelings have already established. I do not think men have an issue having this conversation. I think men have an issue starting the conversation. But once you as a woman have that conversation with him, you're going to get your answer regardless. But you knew ahead of time what this was. You knew that this was a friends with benefits situation. It started getting muddy, and that's when problems started happening. So undo the mud. Put more water into the mud, put more things, dilute it, make it crystal clear, and listen to the signs. Hi, honey, my honey is watching. Honey, we are not friends with benefits. I'm putting it in there, okay? All right, so I hope that made sense to you guys. I hope that you guys understood. Hello, computer, again, it likes to talk to me. Just be considerate with each other. Do not feel insecure. That's the biggest thing, you know. This is not more than a relationship, and if you want a relationship, then you need to have the conversation, and that's it. So I think I'm going to do a tribe after show on my personal page. If you guys have more advice onto what somebody should do if they are in a friends with benefits situation, put them down there. If you've been in one, did it work out? Tell us. Were you one of the 10% of people studied that actually made it work? And what did those conversations look like? This is what the tribe's all about. We're here to help, we're here to inspire, you know, but again, it's not the ideal situation. It hardly ever works out. It ends up tanking relationships, it ends up taking friendships. And honestly, you deserve much more. Have I seen them work? Yes. Have I seen them completely fail? All the time. So they're just messy. Okay, and I want what's best for you, and I want you guys to have healthy, non-toxic relationships where you never have to wonder what you are. But if both of you committed adults are saying, you know what, I just don't have time for a relationship, I just don't want what goes with it, I don't want to do the breakfast mornings, I don't want to do the Home Depot runs, I don't want to sit down with kids, and I don't want to talk about future, then more power to you. That's awesome. If that's what you want, and that's what makes your world go around, I'm all for it. But understand that people can develop relationships and feelings in this, and you know, ultimately that's what our tribe member happened, and now they want to know how in the hell do they get out of it, because clearly they love the person and they want more. So this is what I'm gonna tell you, tribe member: have the conversation. It's okay. It's okay to have the conversation, it's okay to be upfront, and it's okay to be blunt. And at the end of the day, you will get your answer one way or the other. And that's ultimately what you need, because this not knowing stuff is just torture, and there's no reason to torture yourself. So I love you, thank you for responding, and if any one of you have something else you want me to talk about on the next video, put it in the link, put it down there. You like that? Put, ooh, my nails, ooh. Put them down there, and I'll get to it. And Trevor, I'm super sorry. I will get to your message right now. I totally promise. And I hope you guys had a great new year. So go back to my page, look for it. I will be doing a video. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.